Hello and welcome to Nuts and Bolts. Fantastic to have you here. We've got a great session on for you today. Today I'm going to ask you a question, a really meaningful question around why are you sweating the small stuff? Why sweat the small stuff? Why don't you let it go? That's a question I want to ask you, right? So when we're going through adversity, when we're going through all sorts of different things, we tend to hold on to stuff. We tend to hold on to stuff that really doesn't mean anything, but we want to hold on to it anyway because this is, we're clinging on for dear life at this one thing, and it's causing so much damage. At some point, you need to learn to let some things go. So, we need to know that sometimes in life we get kicked down, right? Life does kick us down sometimes, but it will get better. So why are we hanging on to that small stuff that doesn't really make a difference? How can you overcome struggles that you might have? You might be struggling with certain things that are pulling you back. And so at what point do you let some of those things go and go, do you know what? I don't need this in my life, whether it be a toxic relationship, whether it be some sort of belief that you have, or some sort of ownership over something. Does it really matter that much? Can you let it go? Things aren't always as bad as they seem. So if you let this thing go, suddenly we've told ourselves, oh no, if I let that go, then I'll lose my independence and I'll lose my intelligence and I'll lose my friends and I'll lose, really? Have another think about that, because I don't think it's going to be all that bad. And there's still, we still need to stop and smell the roses and go, well, what is really important to me? So I want to tell you a story, and it's something that I've shared with some of my other learners. So you may have already heard this. And it's about, I'm just going to bring up my notes. It's about, and it was told to me and I thought it was brilliant. It's about the South Indian monkey trap analogy. If you ever have heard of that, you can Google it actually. So this is all about, there was a village in South India who they were living peacefully and happy and all that sort of stuff. And all of a sudden, they used to get things stolen off their windowsills. So they'd make dinner, and the dinner would be on the windowsill, and it'd smell beautifully, and they'd just go to eat it, and half it had been taken. So they're wondering what's going on, what's happening, why is all this food getting stolen? And what they realised was, out of the forest there was a couple of cheeky monkeys that were coming out and pinching all the rice and the nuts and all that sort of stuff, and going off and eating this. So they decided to trap the monkey, and it's really easy to trap a monkey in South India. So what you do is you get a coconut or a container, and you drill a little hole in the top, and at this point size does matter, because it could be just big enough for them to slip their hand through. And then you anchor it onto a tree, or you anchor it onto the ground or something. And then inside this coconut you put sweet rice, nuts, all the food that they've been loving and stealing from the windowsills. So you put that in there, and then you go behind a tree and you hide behind the tree. So what happens is the monkey comes along, they smell this food, they look in the coconut, woohoo, there's all this food in there, right? They stick their hands in and they grab the pile of nuts and rice and sweet stuff that's in there, and they try and get their hands out, and they can't get their hands out. And they'll be screaming and trying to get their hands out, but they can't get it out. And so they will never let go of that food, because this is something that they know is a reward, and they love it and they want it, and they don't ever want it to let go. So people can just walk out from behind that tree and pick the monkey up, and the monkey has been caught. So really, that monkey was able to, well, he lost his freedom for a handful of peanuts. Really. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Is it just peanuts that you're holding on to? Is it stuff that really doesn't matter that much? Can you let it go? Can you be better than that South Indian monkey, and you can actually let it go so you don't give up your freedom? There are some battles that are not worth fighting. So I just wonder if we can stop sweating the small stuff and let it go. So what in your current day now can you let go? That's my question to you. All right. So I hope that helped. I hope that resonated with some of you. And And yeah, I love that analogy. I think it's a great one. So you guys have a great day. And remember, if you've got any issues, concerns, worries, burning platforms, contact us here at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com. We'll throw a video together just like this one and hopefully give you a multitude of solutions. So until next time, you have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic rest of the week, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye for now.